Hey, everybody. Happy Thursday. Welcome to yet another edition of Coaching from the Couch, y'all. What's up? And you all, maybe you don't know. You might be a first timer. I was just getting ready to start talking without telling you who I am. This is your girl, CWall. Every week, y'all, Thursdays at 7:30 p.m., we gather and we get together to do this virtual coaching from the couch thing. Okay? Let me tell y'all something else. Valentine's Day is on Sunday. So, do you know what that means? For those who haven't been with us on the last couple of years, let me tell you what this means. That means on this Thursday, we do the I Love DC Sports show. So it's very simple what this show entails. Very, very simple. What this show entails is we're just going to share what we love about DC sports. Seriously, that is what we are going to do. Yes, Cameron Mingo, Love Show 2021. Now, we definitely have to go down the list. We have to share what's happened this week. But while we're also sharing what has happened this week in DC sports, we got to share what we love about these teams. Because some of our teams, DC sports fans, as you all know, they're not doing what they're supposed to do out here. They hard to love sometimes, aren't they, you guys? Aren't they hard to love? But do we love them anyway? Yes, we absolutely do. While we're waiting for everybody to get in the room, make sure, now this is absolutely, every week is a show that you want to make sure that you are tagging and sharing with your DC sports loving family and friends. Okay? My mom is already on. Everybody say what's up to my mom. CWall team member Joy is on. And you know Joy facilitates the discussion every single week. She's always right here. Cameron Mingo, I already know you ready to go, Cameron. I already know that you are absolutely ready to go. So how is everybody feeling? While we're still waiting for more people to enter into the room and get a seat on the virtual couch, how's everybody doing? How is everyone doing? I want to believe that everybody's doing just fine. Today for the Love Show, as you can see, maybe you can't, I'm not wearing my red CWall sweatshirt. I'm wearing my red Nats sweatshirt. That is what I'm wearing. And it just seems like last week was a long time ago. So much has happened in the last week. And like Joy said, she is blessed. We are all very blessed to still be here and doing well. You all know we've been rocking on this virtual couch at home. We've been doing this for almost a year together, y'all. So we're going to keep it going. And don't forget to make sure to share this show with your DC sports loving family and friends. Leon, I see you. It's good to see you, my friend. Make sure you all are sharing the show. So let's get right into it. Because y'all know how it is. Once we get started, it's hard for us to stop, isn't it? First things first. Let's get with the Washington Mystics and what has happened in the last week with the Washington Mystics. And while I am giving these updates, I need my Washington Mystics fans to check in and share in the chat what you love about the Mystics. So, former WNBA MVP, you all know she joined the team last year, Tina Charles, but was unable to play due to an injury. She has re-signed with the Mystics on a 1-year contract. So, everyone was disappointed that Tina had to miss last season, the 2020 season. But hey, guess what, y'all? She's back. She is back and she is ready to go. So that's one thing that we love. That's one thing that we absolutely love. And I have to absolutely shout out my line sister and homegirl, Casey. Make sure Casey's a diehard Washington football fan. So everyone say what's up to Casey. Make sure y'all are sharing this show with your DC sports loving family and friends, because it's the love show, talking about what we love. So when we go back and go down this list, I have to say this about the Mystics in terms of what I love about the Mystics. The Mystics are so active in the community. That is one thing that I absolutely love about the Mystics. They are a family. Yes, it was sad to see Ariel Powers and Tiana Hawkins join other teams, but we wish them nothing but the best. We know that they're going to do well with their new teams. Ariel with Minnesota, Tiana with Atlanta. But we know that here in DC with the Mystics, we still got a solid team. What I absolutely need the Mystics to be working on, and this is a story to continue to track and watch, is absolutely ensure that Natasha Cloud's contract and deal gets signed. We need Natasha Cloud around here, okay? We don't need, I absolutely do not want the Mystics to lose Natasha Cloud, all right? Exactly right, Chief of DC. Hey, how you doing? They need to do something about, let's please keep Natasha Cloud. So, loving the team. We definitely got to give a shout out to former Mystic Crystal Langhorne, who retired. Shout out to her. But for this current Washington Mystics team, already loving the energy. Let's please sign Natasha Cloud. We got Tina coming back. Because she needs, we absolutely want her to come back because she didn't get to play last year. So we'll see what happens, and we're looking out for that as well. Got to say what's up to Wallace. I see you have joined us, Wallace. And everybody, always make sure you all are locking in with the emojis and everything so that I know that you're here, because I don't want to miss anybody that's tuning in. So that was I love the Washington Mystics segment. We love the Washington Mystics. Want to see them run it back again. We know last year they didn't get a chance to run it back in the COVID season, but guess what? They still played strong though. But I'm absolutely looking forward to seeing what this team brings when they come back. And oh yes, by the way, let me mention again, in case y'all didn't hear me the first time, please re-sign Natasha Cloud. Please, let's get her deal done. Washington Nationals got, where are my Nats fans? Check in, Nats fans. It's the I Love DC Sports Show. So guess what? Nats fans, the schedule is out. And as it appears, looks like Major League Baseball is shooting for a full season, kicking off at home April 1st against the Mets. No other updates on the Nats, but hey, listen. What do you all love about the Nats? While you all are sharing what you all love about the Nats, let me share what I love about the Nats. The Nats won the World Series. That's what I love about everybody who's been a champion. And yes, this is another team that during the COVID season last year expected a lot more, wanted them to do so much more, and it just didn't quite gel last season, and that's okay. Everybody knows that it's hard to win back-to-backs of anything, but it hurt not to see them in the playoffs last year. But one thing I see Cameron Mingo loves is that Baby Shark is back. That's what Cameron loves. Joy is mentioning the Nats had a beast comeback story. Hey, listen. Absolutely. Comeback, that right there, in terms of teams and comebacks from seasons, because we weren't at one point in time, you all remember, during the World Series championship season, it was absolutely not all love, because we used to drag them a lot. At least on this show we did. So hey, They were able to come back, and that's the story that we love. Charles Tate, I see your comment that they still need a third baseman, and that is absolutely correct. But Wallace says here he would love if the Nets could go ahead and sign Juan Soto. Hey, listen, don't even let him go. Just lock him in to be a Washington National. Lock him in. Isn't that something that we love? Don't we all love Juan Soto? Absolutely. It's something that we love to see. Has a tremendous year. Even though the Nats did not make the playoffs last year, Juan Soto still had a tremendous year. And we have to acknowledge that. So, absolutely love to see it. Got to keep on keeping on, you all. April 1st. It's already out there. The schedule. If you have not seen it yet, the Nats have posted their season schedule for sure. So, and losing Rendon absolutely hurt, but we're gonna see what they got going on. The I Love DC Sports Show. So that means y'all be going down the list of teams, and we're going down the list. So we've already covered the Mystics. Have y'all shared what you loved about the Washington Mystics? And then we were just talking about the Nats, and we shared a bit of what we love about the Washington Nationals. So now we are going to move on to the Caps. We already know, and let me tell y'all something. This isn't DC sports related, but I'm going to bring it back to DC sports, okay? So we all know that the Super Bowl was this past Sunday. Tom Brady, quarterback of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, all by himself, had a celebration of a lifetime while he was out and about yesterday in Tampa. And I said to myself, he's out here all by himself doing what the Washington Capitals once did when they won their championship. So let's go ahead. That was my segue. Ovechkin and that group right there. Wallace, I see your comment. The Caps can be really, really good, everybody. I wholeheartedly agree with Wallace about the Caps and how they're having a good year. And guess what? They have a healthy roster right now. They haven't had a healthy roster in a few weeks. So let's keep a watch and let's see what's going on, because we want the Caps last season, a disappointing end to a season. The last couple seasons was disappointing, very disappointing. But they're looking good. The roster is back intact. Everybody's healthy. Let's see what happens. I absolutely love to see it, because the Caps had that Stanley Cup. I'm from this area. And the Stanley Cup went more places than I've been in the DC area. I said, okay, wait a minute. I'm from Prince George's County, but I'm like, I haven't even, where is the cup? The cup is out here in restaurants and in all sorts of venues and buy all sorts of water that I've never even, what is happening here? How did the cup get there? And I haven't been there before. And I got a car. The Cup don't even have a car. But the Cup was going wherever Ovi and the team were going, and they showed off with that Stanley Cup. So, hey, I had to bring up Tom because it brought back pleasant memories of when the Washington Capitals won that Stanley Cup. And I'm telling you, it's just, we're going to mention again, what did you love to see? How the city rallied around the Caps. It was a beautiful sight. If anyone was down there during the playoff run, that whole championship run, that was a lot of fun. That was big time fun. We got to relive that. Absolutely love to see that. And we're going to keep talking about it. That's going to pop up on the I Love DC Sports Show every year until they win another one. And that's okay. We will talk about it and relive those positive and good memories because we deserve it. And it was fun. Absolutely fun. Absolutely fun. That was a ball. And like Leon and Sharon, every DC sports team now has a championship. Hey, listen. And guess what? guess what, Leon? Everybody wants to see more. So let's see. Let's see. But we absolutely love to see that. And I absolutely agree that the Caps can absolutely go far. They can absolutely go far this year. And I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do. Now, the Washington Wizards. Now, y'all better hurry up and say what you love about the Wizards. Say something. Say something. It's got to be something that can be said that you love about the Wizards. Got to be something this year. I tried to remember what we talked about last year about the Wizards, and I couldn't even remember. So it's got to be something, right? There we go. I knew there was something. I knew somebody had to say something. Joyce said they got some nice jerseys. All right. But Leon said it first. Bill. That's all we got. Listen, hey, Charles, I had to go down the list of teams, okay? I'm just going down the list of teams. It's talking about the Wizards is hard for me too. Trust me. Bradley Beal. The NBA scoring leader. And look at all these loyal fans. We still here, y'all, with the Wizards. It's hard. Now, this is where we have to talk about how much we love our staying power, y'all, okay? Because being a DC sports fan ain't all roses and rainbows. It's hard, it's rough, it's tough. But we have the toughness to deal with it, okay? Bradley Beal, NBA scoring leader. I know I just said that a moment ago. He's leading the East in all-star voting in guards. So that's a positive. That is a plus. I'm sure everyone has heard by now that Bradley Beal will be out tomorrow against the Knicks, out due to rest. So he'll be out, and that's cool. That's fine. Just before the show, we saw The Athletic shared that the Wizards have been granted a disabled player exception worth $4.1 million for Thomas Bryant's injury. So I'll repeat that: a disabled player exception, the DPE. They got that for 4.1 due to the season-ending injury to Thomas Bryant. That DPE expires on April the 19th. So, I mean, I'm not saying that's something I love, but I'm just sharing because that news came out just before we all got on the virtual couch together and started having this discussion. So, I don't know. The Wizards are 6-16, and we have to think of it like this. Let's go back. They lost Thomas Bryant to his injury this year. Half the team was out. They were playing with like 8 players for 2 weeks, due to the COVID outbreak. So I always think about those things and say, even to myself and others of my colleagues, that matters. But does it? But does it? And here's the thing that is so important for us to continue to discuss and talk about. And this is where the drag comes in. Because I know it's I love, and we love DC sports. But let me tell you, the Wizards look the same regardless of if people are in or out. That's how I feel about it. That is how I feel about it. Y'all hear that helicopter? Maybe somebody up there knows, but about what's going on with the Wizards. I think I saw somebody call them the Blizzards. But hey, listen. They look the same, and at this point, the franchise just deserve better. The fans just deserve better. This is bad. This is not good basketball that we're watching now. This whole no defense thing. I mean, there are teams out here now that it's just defense is just like unheard of in today's NBA, it seems. You sit back and watch some of these games and it's like, oh my gosh, nobody's playing defense, right? And so it's just offensive heavy. But sometimes it's just downright sloppy. It's downright sloppy. And I am of the mindset that the swapping of players is just not going to work. Like something else has to be done. You know, there's a couple of different options, right? They can continue to draft players and bring players in. As I've seen, I think Wallace said, you know, the Wizards need a big, been needing a big for I don't know how long. And a healthy big. When they get here, they need to be healthy. And just drafting. But it's just, I don't know. I think it just needs to be uprooted and torn down. And let's figure this thing out. Let's get some strategic thinkers in here. And let's get offensive and defensive minded coaches in here that can help this team grow and develop and play to their maximum potential. Because we're just not seeing that. Night after night, whether it was a COVID outbreak or not, it's some of the same basketball being played. Same stuff that we're seeing. And I'm a person that looks at trends. I'm looking at trends. I'm looking at things. You wasn't playing defense when everybody was healthy. You're still not. You were playing sloppy basketball at times when everybody was healthy. You're still playing sloppy basketball. So I don't know, but it's something has to happen. And I don't even know if it matters if you give certain players more minutes. It's just nobody is consistent. Brad is consistent. That's it. The team cannot do much of anything when there's not consistent, clean basketball being played. Because some of these games, you all watch them, you all know, they're winnable. They were winnable, even up through the fourth quarter. But it's just not consistent at all. I don't know. But we did say that we love Brad. We got to say something. It's got to be one thing, at least. And we found our one thing. And that's all I have. That's all I have for them. Does anybody have anything else? I saw that you enjoyed that the team plays downtown in a nice location. But that's all that I have. So, hey, to Joy's point, make sure you all are checking out the Triple W podcast. It's on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow. Make sure you follow Triple W Pod on Instagram and Triple W Pod on Twitter. With some of my Wizards media colleagues, and we love to talk Wizards. Matter of fact, we'll have a show dropping tomorrow because after this show, I'm going to record with the ladies, the Triple W Pod. So we don't know the answers. We listen, we sit back and we watching this just like you all are. And we're like, I don't know what's going on. So we only got about 6 minutes left. What's the only team left to talk about, y'all? Y'all tell me, what's the only other team left to talk about in professional? It's the I Love DC Sports Show, everybody. Make sure you are sharing this show with your DC sports loving family and friends. Make sure you're tagging your DC sports loving family and friends in this show. Love DC sports. Because Valentine's Day is coming up, y'all. Okay? Valentine's Day is coming up. We could have talked about the DC United. Absolutely. DC United, I don't even have, listen, I did want to mention something about the DC United that I think is very important. The first Black Major League Soccer team president is sitting with the DC United now, Miss Danita Johnson. So we got to shout her out. We got to show her love. She comes to us as from the LA Sparks. She has a tremendous career. And she's going to do awesome, awesome things in DC for DC United. So we're still breaking barriers, doing cultural transformation right here in this city. So shout out to her. I'm glad you all brought up DC United. I may have mentioned this on a couple shows back, but if I can't remember if I did or not. So I just shouted her out just now because that is important. And yes, that is something that we absolutely love to see. So shout out to Miss Johnson and welcome to DC for sure. So we had to cover DC United. And I absolutely thought about wearing my DC United shirt too. But it was black. And I wanted to wear red because it's the love show in red for Valentine's Day. So that's how we went with that. I went with that. Washington football team. What is it that you... Listen, this is what I said. When I was first thinking through the show, I said, okay, DC... sports, I love DC Sports Show. It's the love show. And what did I say to myself? Well, what is there not to love about the Washington football team right now? I'm sure we can all find something. And it's rare that I say something like that about any of these teams. So take that as a huge compliment, Washington football team fans. I'm on board this week. So, hey, great things, wonderful things. We absolutely must acknowledge, and something that I know that we all love to see this, was Chase Young winning AP Defensive Rookie of the Year. Okay? Alex Smith winning AP Comeback Player of the Year. I mean, and let's go ahead and shout out Coach Ron as well, because Coach Ron was on, I think he came in 4th for Coach of the Year, because let's go ahead and shout him out. The man was battling cancer and did not miss a game. Straight up battling cancer and didn't miss a game. Okay? Gotta say something about that. Shout out. I mean, watching the NFL honors. I mean, when was the last time we saw Washington football team players as honorees at the NFL honors? Okay? So, seeing Chase accept his award, seeing Alex accept his award, both of them thanking their teammates. That was a big moment for Washington football, y'all. That was a huge moment for Washington football. And the fact that, again, Coach Ron was also nominated, in the running and had votes for him, that was awesome. 3 storylines. 2 of the 3 actually won. That is amazing. And if anything, everyone should feel, I'm going to keep saying this. It feels good for once to not have the Washington football name and the burgundy and gold sliding and running through mud at the end of the offseason. It's not what's happening. That's not what's going down. This organization is getting respect. People are looking at the team and it's like, wow. And yes, absolutely. As we have talked about and shared, Brandon Sheriff getting all-pro this year, having an all-pro season, protecting 4 different quarterbacks. I'm going to keep saying something about that now. I'm going to keep saying something about that because that is a storyline that does not get talked about often. 4 different quarterbacks, okay? One of which they're bringing back Heineke. I think he's got, it was well-deserved. He has absolutely an opportunity to show what he has, extended for 2 years. Looks like when, you dice, slice and dice all the numbers, it's like a solid backup quarterback contract. Cool. Let's talk about the quarterback real quick. Let's also remember, and I think this is a huge point, Washington football is taking all options They're looking at all options at quarterback. They're leaving no stone unturned. No stone unturned. So I would not think that signing Heineke meant, oh, they're not going after a quarterback. They absolutely are. When you look at the details of that contract, that's a backup quarterback deal. That's cool and that's great. And I like Heineke a whole lot. He showed toughness. He showed grit. He came in. He was in class. And he came, next thing you know, he's playing for the Washington football team. And like we've been saying, y'all, for a split second, we thought the Washington football team was going to upset the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that Saturday night. So I'm telling y'all, it's a lot of good things, positive things, complete overhaul of the front office. You're seeing former players in front office positions, which is always a good thing. And to me, you got to look at it from the athlete's perspective. They see now a life after football. So they're seeing a life after football, which is fantastic. Sometimes they'll say, well, what should I do? I'm not playing anymore. I'm not doing anything anymore. What should I do? Now they can look at the Washington football team and see a ton of diversity and inclusion, and also see options that I can actually, one day after I finish playing, guess what? I can have a front office position because that example is now out in Ashburn. Can y'all believe it? Seriously. Can y'all believe that? Whew. It ain't even about change coming. It's here. Change is here. And we're seeing it firsthand. And I know everybody absolutely loves to see that. Y'all, we made it. We made it. Another week, another show. Y'all, the I Love DC Sports Love Show, down in the history books. 2021. Y'all, I have a blast with y'all each and every week. This is fun. This is fun. Now, we only had to drag the Wizards tonight. Hopefully things will get better so we can stop dragging them. But that remains to be seen. But hey, listen, y'all, you all keep being the best fans in any market out here. Okay? You all are loyal. You're awesome. Don't change. Don't change. Just as we have seen these, the Caps and the Nats and the Mystics, over time, bring these championships to DC. Guess what? Other teams, they're going to do it. DC United even had some championships. So, hey, we know we got 2 more left in recent years, So, the Wizards and the Washington football team going to do something? They're going to do something. I don't know what it is, but it's going to be something, and hopefully it'll be positive. Okay? You all, thank you so much for being super duper awesome and joining us on the I Love DC Sports Show. Happy Valentine's Day, and absolutely, thank you, Joy, for saying that. We love y'all. Trust me, we love y'all. So keep spreading love, keep showing love, and I will see you all next week.